Hello, Peace Weapon here. Today I got this JPM Surf. This is a French lock, but unlike the latest ones that I picked in this channel, this is a pin tumbler and not a pump lock. This lock has two beatings, one on one side, in this case this one on the top, and one on the side of the key, and this corresponds to the beating on the Bible and a few sliders that are on this side. You see it works perfectly. It's a bit different from other twin style locks that I picked before, and I'll show you the differences. They're mostly in the slider shape and in the sidebar shape. On top there are barrel pins, and they are matched with counter milling for those barrel pins. So let's see if I can pick it. Okay, so let's try and pick this. So the stacks are not isolated, so I have to pick them alternately. All the sliders. Let's check the top. Here we go. I think we got it. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, tricky one, this one. Let's get it. Alright, so here we have the JPM Surf, and first thing you might notice is that we have two locking mechanisms, and we have this pin tumbler side and the slider side. So how does it work? I'm going to show you the plug, and in principle it's very similar to what you could find in an ASA Twin 6000 made for barrel pins. We have six chambers for the key pins, and they are milled for barrels, and pretty sharp milling. On both sides. And we have 5 chambers for the sliders, and on this side you can see the groove where the sidebar will interact with those sliders. The key has a space here to interact with the sliders on the bottom, corresponds to the bitting that you can see here. Let's talk about the sliders first. So you can see that there's an interesting thing about this key and the bitting is that the cuts are not centered where the sliders are located. Some are to the right, some are to the left, or rather some are to the front and some are to the back, like this too. And that is because if we grab one of these sliders, there's the nub that interacts with the key, and it is not centered. It is to one side. The other side of the sliders shows a large through gate and some small serrations. Now these seem like very small serrations, but they do work very well. I'm going to show you later why. Now we saw this is a front nub, and this one is a back knob, so it's in the back of the lock. This difference will allow for more differs in the bitting of the sliders. Actually, these sliders only have 3 heights, usually, as far as I know. And the sidebar they interact with is a very special sidebar. So they will interact with these deeper grooves, but then also with some serrations here. So these serrations will interact with the serrations on, let's see if I can show you. On these, as you can see, sliders grab very well. You can hear the sound of them scraping, and this is a light pass, so imagine they are binding more. But fortunately, we can feel very well when they go into a gate, because there's usually some movement and the gate is really wide, so it gets really loose. In this case, if we want to lift, let me try, for example this one, want to lift to the gate, it will be like this, more or less. And it will have to scrape on those serrations there, and then enter the gate. It's not easy to overset them, although they also have serrations on the other side. It's not really that easy to overset. Most of the trouble has to do with the fact that they don't usually isolate, so you have to go back and forth between the top pins and the sliders. Now for the main stack, this is what you would expect to have as driver pins when you got milling in the plug, but because these locks are usually modular, some of the space of the Bible is occupied, so there's not much space there, and because of that, these pins, these driver pins, are not double-sided like other barrel pins that we've seen before, and they are hollow on one of the sides, where these should go, these springs should go without losing them. Yeah, more like this, so that they can use some of that space. The key pins are standard key pins, and that's mostly it. I could have got it from the top. Those are my cats fighting. Something happened there. I could get this from the top. This strip is easy to remove, but I think with how deep this is inserted would be a bit harder to reassemble from the same position, so I get at it normally. Oh, and you can see the sidebar groove here, where the sidebar interacts, and that's mostly it. That's the JPM Surf. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.